All right. Again, thank you for being here, everybody. Today we're going to go over how jewelers can use AI to transform their business. We host these webinars once a month. It's actually been a few months since we did this, but we're doing these back to our regular schedule. Where we're going to be doing webinars on behalf of our partnership with the Edge. So the Edge puts us on their calendar, we put it on ours, and then we share some information that we think will be valuable to edge users, but it's really open to everybody. So again, we'll talk about how how jewelers can use AI specifically, leveraging AI to enhance sales, marketing, and customer experience. Um, so a couple things that we'll cover is the AI landscape. What is AI and why jewelers should care? AI tools jewelers can leverage, digital marketing with AI. Rodney and Daniel are here. They're going to be going over some live examples of things that they use AI for. They're really like driving like AI innovation here at GemFind and are very knowledgeable. And so we'll do some demos of GemText AI, a tool that Rodney created for generating product descriptions, and then Daniel will go over several things. And then we'll open it up for Q&A. I would like to say, if you do have any questions, feel free to just type them in the Q&A or in the chat, and I will be happy to answer them throughout the webinar. We don't have to wait till the end, but we will also answer questions at that time. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Anthony Arechiga, VP of Sales and Marketing at GemFind. Coming up on 18 years here, helped a lot of jewelers with digital marketing and web design. We're a Shopify partner and we create apps and, really help jewelers scale their business online and also drive in-store foot traffic through various, digital marketing strategies, Google ads, meta ads, SEO, lots of different things. Rodney Roberts, he's our technical guru, product manager. Rodney, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Rodney, and as Anthony was saying, I'm the kind of the head of AI development here at GemFind. I've been in the industry for about 20 years now. I've had some experience working with ARMS previously and Jewel 360 as well, and now I've found a home here at GemFind. So I really want to kind of just focus as we go through today on some of the efforts that we have here at GemFind to leverage AI to help jewelers to get further in business. And it's a vast and changing landscape out there, and we'll get into it. Me and Daniel kind of taking through the various tools that are out there and how you can kind of utilize the right tool. You want to think of AI as not just a simple thing like ChatGPT or Grok or just one element. They're not all the same. Each one is a tool designed for a specific purpose, and you want to make sure that you're using the correct tool for the correct purpose. So it all starts with a question of what you want to achieve, and then from there you can even use AI to help you find the correct tools. So we'll get into that a little bit today. Anthony, did you want me to kind of jump in already, or do we want to introduce Daniel, or how do you want to go?
So I'll go through a couple of things real quick, and then we'll bring you in, Rodney. But feel free to chime in at any point. Also, just want to introduce Daniel Rodriguez. He's our SEO director, technical SEO guru, and all things technical essentially. But he's a developer and wears many hats. But yeah, Daniel, if you want to introduce yourself, that'd be great.
Thank you, Anthony. I consider myself a one-man band. Anything digital marketing related, from SEO to AI to email marketing to Google Ads, I have experience on. Right now, we're going to go through how you can utilize AI, ChatGPT, Gemini for SEO, not just for ranking purposes, but for content generation. So we are going to go live, and if one of you, thank you for attending, can put your jewelry business name and your city where you're located. I can use it for the live example. um, so we can go through how.
Yeah, if any of you want to see any data about like your current standing on with SEO, or Daniel can kind of go over some strategic recommendations with SEO or show some live examples. So feel free to add your info in the chat or in the Q&A if you'd like to be used as a guinea pig, so to speak. All right.
There you go. We have one already. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And as I mentioned, we've been doing digital marketing for many years, and web design. GemFind has been in business for over 25 years, and we're pretty passionate about helping jewelry businesses succeed online and in store. So, a couple of us at the JCK show last year. So we'll talk about the growing role of AI in jewelry or in retail. So 80% of retail executives plan to invest in AI to personalize and enhance customer engagement. Retailers using AI-powered try-on see 40% higher conversion rates. And shoppers who interact with AI chat convert at 12.3% versus 3.1% for non-AI chats. So there's a lot of benefits of utilizing AI for your website and business now that we're starting to see the data come in. At first, who knows how it was going to impact business, but now we're kind of seeing it play out. Also, how customers are using AI to shop. 54% of consumers say their search habits are becoming more conversational. So, a lot of people are, in my experience, people are using ChatGPT for kind of real basic things sometimes, where it's just they're using it like a search engine, like finding, the best restaurants or the best, ways to, I don't know, coach a soccer team or whatever it is. It's a lot more conversational, and so consumers are that's changing their buying and searching habits. AI-powered traffic to U.S. retail sites is up 4,700% year over year. Pretty new still, but huge increases. AI referred shoppers stay longer and then view 12% more pages and bounce 23% less often, as AI provides some context around the search results. So it seems like the people that are using AI and finding information from AI, it's putting more weight on why they should be going to different businesses or visiting different websites. A couple AI tools that jewelers can leverage, and Rodney and Daniel could chime in here and how jewelers could potentially use some of these tools, but ChatGPT is the most common. You can use it for content creation, SEO copy, staff training, support. There's so many things you can use it for. Grok, I mean, most of these you can use for any of these things, but Grok is more like conversational marketing and engaging chatbots. So, our CEO uses it because it's kind of like you can talk to it. It seems a little bit more conversational in that regard. Gemini, multimodal. It's good for all kinds of things, text, image, video, and you can also integrate ad and analytics integration. Daniel's going to talk a little bit about Google Ads and how it's integrated into Google Ads as well. And then some Gemini add-ons. We were just testing this out, and hopefully you guys, Daniel, could probably show you, but there's an add-on for Gemini called Nano Banana, which generates the best images that we've ever seen with AI. So hopefully we can take a look at that here in a little bit. Other tools, Jasper, Midjourney, Dolly, Otter AI for meeting notes. But do you guys have any other input about or context around some of these tools, Rodney or Daniel?
Well, I mean, this sounds like a plan.
All right. Rodney,
Yeah,
do you
I was just say definitely we'll get into some of the more finer details of those tools as we move through, but that's a good overview to start.
All right,
This is the thing for everyone. There's a never-ending list of AI tools. There's like 20 new AI tools getting launched every day. Now the AI is helping to create AI tools. So these are the best we are gonna give you can use on like every day. That's gonna be more user friendly and less work and technical knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. Daniel, did you get the website examples? K's Fine Jewelry and Blue Diamond Jeweler. Did you get those? You're muted.
Yes, I have them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go over a couple things real quick and then we'll hand it over to Rodney. So a couple things related to AI powered SEO. It's great for doing keyword research. You can use any of these tools typically for, what I typically use is some more advanced tools, like SEMrush, because I do like really deep dive SEO keyword research. But you can use some of these tools to just like what they do is they scour the internet. So a lot of them have access to information that is, in these tools. Like, essentially, like Gemini has direct Google search volume information. So if you can find search volume, keyword difficulty, meaning how competitive a keyword is, plus the search intent, like those are like really important factors. So like if you can find keywords that have good search volume that makes sense for that's topical to your business, and also has a low keyword difficulty, meaning it's like pretty easy to get ranked on, or it's going to be less competitive if you're doing Google Ads. And then if you're looking at the search intent and it's going to be more of a bottom of the funnel type of search intent, showing buying indicators in the keywords, or it'll help you determine what type piece of content or what type of page to be able to create in your digital marketing strategy. You can also use it for content creation. That's pretty standard nowadays. A lot of people use it for generating content. Good thing about AI, if you like on ChatGPT, you can create like a whole like folder of your chats, and it ends up learning more about your specific business, and you can have like related blogs that already have your like brand voice in there. So if you can load say ChatGPT, for example, with your brand voice, like you give an example of your writing, and then all the writing moving forward will all be in that brand voice. So that's one of the ways that we use for content creation in some cases. And you can use it for blogs and SEO pages. You can also do automated posting on websites from AI tools. Daniel's pretty skilled at doing those things. Maybe you can give a quick overview of that as well. And then you can also use AI enhanced paid ads. So it's good for like smarter keyword targeting. A lot of the platforms now, Google and even Meta, they're using AI to make sure that the ads are optimizing to the very best they can, be finding audiences through AI, like things like dynamic product ads that will show to the right type of user based on their browsing history. Also predictive campaign insights, also using Performance Max or PMax campaigns. They use a lot of AI elements into it, and they automatically optimize based on where the most conversions are happening. So it's using AI to power the optimizations on those campaigns. So Daniel will give an example of that as well. I'm going to just actually show one quick example of how we use AI for content creation. So what's nice about it is you can do keyword research, and you can find, for example, this is a tool that we have where we can do something called keyword clusters. So we can basically feed in keywords, and then it can create content for dozens of sub keywords underneath our main topics here. And then what we can do is now create a content calendar and start posting content directly to the website via the content calendar that we create. So what this tool does is essentially is it uses data from a tool like SEMrush and just puts it into this interface. And then through tools like Daniel will show, can automatically post to the website through like APIs and stuff like that. So, like digital marketing and SEO can be, it can really help you scale that if you're using AI, properly. Like, it can help us create pretty like great blog content, like this is one for GemFind specifically, like how independent jewelers can shine online, a guide to digital marketing success. So this was all put together through AI. We didn't have to go in and manually create that. So yeah. So Rodney, I think you're going to start showing a couple tools, like let's see here, the Gem Text AI. So I'll go ahead and give the screen over to you if you want to jump in there. Let's see. Tom, we got your message. No problem. Yeah, we can use bluediamondjeweler.com as well. Thank you.
Okay, can everybody see my screen okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, so today we're going to kind of get into it, but I want to take a step back and just get an idea of how much for the attendees, how many of you are already using some type of AI? So in the chat, just throw me a thumbs up or a heart or whatever kind of emoji for a positive response, even a check mark, just to say if you've already at least used basic chat GPT and you're kind of familiar with how to use AI. All right, thanks, Barbara. Perfect. Good. All right, it's looking like pretty good. We've got about 4 so far. They're definitely using it already. Give me an X or a down thumb or something if you're not using it. Okay, great. ChatGPT and Perplexity, good. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, I mean, you all seen that the API, or sorry, the AI is kind of exploding, but it can't just be people using a chat interface like this, right? This is not really where the magic of AI happens. Where it really happens is in the coding, and as Anthony kind of touched on in the way that we can interact with the APIs. I want to take another step back there and just make sure that everybody understands what an API is. API is an application programming interface. Okay, so anytime I hit an acronym, I'm going to go ahead and define it for you, just that we're all on the same page. So if you've never seen an API response, they usually look something like this. This is what would be called JSON code, and then it's got essentially elements of data that we can retrieve and then manipulate programmatically to create things like websites, or responses, or content, or whatever. So it's a lot of data. Like if you look through here, you'll see everything for right. All of that references a single product. So it's a lot of data and it's structured in a way that we can access it later. So these AIs, the way that the AI tools have kind of gotten into mainstream conversation and kind of gained popularity is they created these chat interfaces for them so that you can interact with these models and have it help you do things. And so they keep growing, they keep evolving. You'll notice over here, this one is one you guys may not be as familiar with. It's Claude, made by Anthropic, very similar to ChatGPT. I like this one generally for getting fact-based information because you have very tight controls on the hallucinations. And I'm going to define that because for me that's second nature. But hallucination is something that happens in AI where it invents or makes up information to try and satisfy the user's request. So we've already seen, I read an article pretty recently here where a lawyer had actually filed in court motions that he used ChatGPT to generate, and it referenced case law that didn't exist. So it made it up, hallucinated, probably very embarrassing for him and very dangerous as well. So with that, it is important that you use the right tool and that you're fact checking its information, because you can get too far down the track and you can end up with the AI not helping but hurting your message if it's giving false information. Another thing that's kind of important, as Anthony touched on, is that you have projects, right? So in a project, you can create a project and kind of keep things contained so that the AI will look back through it to remember what's going on and help you to kind of continue building on that process or that thoughts. Okay, so when you do that, so we'll just say just new chat. I can say, hey, I need help writing a prompt to feed to Gemini AI to generate an 8-second advertisement for my jewelry store in California. It needs to focus on the upcoming trading season, primarily diamond rings. And so instead of having to figure out the best way to write the prompt, I'm going to go ahead and let it actually try and get me an AI prompt. While we leave that to work, I'll just kind of briefly touch on. So here's its take on it. I'm going to feed this same prompt to a couple of different AIs and kind of see what we get. So duration requirements, I mean, it's taken my little bit of data there and really extrapolated it much longer. So would you like me to adjust? And always at the bottom, it's always asking if you want to do additional things. So I can just take this, and I could pop over, and we'll feed it to Gemini. I did one earlier just so I'd have something kind of ready to go, and I just used very simple. I want a video in the style of an Apple iPhone announcement, but instead of an iPhone, I want to feature diamond stud earrings. And it spit out and gave me for free kind of a cool little clip, right? And Daniel's going to get into this more because this is sort of more his area of expertise, but I'll go ahead and I'll feed it and we'll just kind of see what happens. Another one, ChatGPT. ChatGPT is great for a lot of things. It's very, very standardized out there. It is important to realize that they're constantly improving or updating the models. So right now you've got this ChatGPT 5, and you wanted to kind of, I leave mine on auto because depending on what task I give it, I want it to either think quickly and give me a quick response, or I want it to think long and give me more in-depth response. All right. And I also have, I pay the $20 or whatever for it. So I've got some of the legacy models. The 4.0 was really, really good. I like that one a lot. I'm getting used to GPT-5. And that's one of the things is once they get you in on the free, there's always a way to start paying more and more and more. I myself am curious like what you could get for the $2,000 model month model, but I'm not quite there yet, and I'm getting my needs met with the $20 a month model. So another one, Grok, as Anthony kind of explained, Grok is a little bit different because it has access to the X platform, so X.com, and so that kind of gives it an advantage where it can interact with live data as events are happening. So it's good for doing things like spotting trends or seeing kind of what's on people's minds. Now, love it or hate it, the X.com platform is, it's got a lot of users in it, a lot of people contributing content. So it can be good, but you do have to be careful because the content that it's using to support that, it's community sourced. So if I post a lie in there, then the lie can also be combed over for the data and kind of find something. So what I asked it to do is I wanted to look through and kind of give me some trends about engagement rings based on recent celebrity engagements. And also just to look for men's watch trends and it's anything else that it could find. And so I gave it a pretty simple prompt and I told it to do deep research and it gave me kind of a lot here to go through. Like it gave me, okay, which celebrity, who the partner is, what the diamond characteristics are, what kind of rings they did, values of them, things like this, just so quickly without having to go and sort through a bunch of websites and in-store articles and JCK articles, I can get some information to start developing a plan for maybe marketing or advertising or things like that I want. Down at the bottom, it's giving me the sources. I told it to also search X to find social media posts, so it searched a lot of that. You can always click on the boxes and go see exactly the sources. So that could be useful too, because you may want to check your sources and just make sure there's not too much in there that seems, erroneous. Another one, just before I get over to kind of hand over to Daniel to see some stuff, is Gemini. So here's our new video that we fed it. Let's see what happened. Oops. Sorry, I want to turn off the sound because it's loud on my end. That's pretty good. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the audio there, but it's got a nice voiceover that says, "Hey, celebrate your season." And I mean, just a basic input, but if I had a real business name and some real information in there, it's pretty quick and pretty easy how it's done it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking over at the chat real quick. Do you think? Great question. So in terms of the large language models or the size of the database, the question, sorry if anybody didn't see it, is that since ChatGPT is one of the longer established one, is it better because the model is larger? Great question. It kind of segues into something that I was going to talk about a little bit. I think where the future of this AI stuff is going is that largely most of us are going to want to run local instances of AI. So I've got several locally running AI models ready to go and each one tells me essentially how many parameters it has. So this one's got 27 billion, this one's got 15 billion, 32 billion, 70 billion, that's the huge one, llama, 8 billion, 7 billion. So the more parameters I load up, the more depth it has of information and the more resources it takes to run. So ChatGPT has got a very large model, but they also have got very small models with larger parameters or minimal parameters. I guess that the best way to answer your question is that no, just the length of time that ChatGPT has been around doesn't necessarily make the model better. Really, you want to look at what the models are trained on, what the efficiency is, and what the task you're trying to do is. I do use ChatGPT a lot. I like it for a lot of things, but like if I ask it to generate an image, an image of a diamond ring, it's pure garbage. And in terms of like editing images or anything like that, you'll pull your hair out. You'll just
And
say,
that's exactly what we're gonna go through in a few
"Oh, okay,
minutes. So
okay, I won't step too much on that. Let me just wrap it up with some of the GemText AI. So a tool that we built is that we built the GemText AI. And as a reward today for you guys attending the webinar, if you want me to run some of your data through this and send it back to you so you can kind of see the power and what it could do to your data, I'll do that for you. You can send me 50 to 100 products and I'll process them and send it back to you just so you can kind of see how we can clean up data. In this case, I'm going to use Edge data. I'll grab a file, a couple of products. I'm going to upload the file. And then it's going to run through and it's going to go ahead and process. Let's see. There's my Edge data. Or forget which, let me just do my date range so I just get today. Did I mess something? Edge storytelling. Sorry, there's a little bit of a lag sometimes. Okay. All right, I'll come back to that. I've got some kind of a problem going with it, but I've processed these files many times, so I can show you one that we have already processed. Once it processes and pulls down, I get the file back, but you get these AI product titles and descriptions in there. Where now, instead of whatever details we had before, I could probably find them a little further out to the right, it will have cleaned these up and made them ready to go for the web. So that's something that I deal with a lot every day is like I get data from vendors. So like I got this data from a vendor and the description looks like this. And being in the industry, fine, that's perfect. You guys can probably look at this and know exactly what this means. But if I put this onto a website, it's not going to be very good. It's all shorthand, it's very technical, it's not going to help. So when I run that data through, it transforms that into stuff like this. 14 karat white, 3 karat lab diamond solitaire men's ring, sophisticated men's solitaire featuring a stunning 3 karat lab grown diamond, a pristine 14 karat white gold exceptional clarity, and brilliance for the modern gentleman. So it's looked at the details of the product, so I know this is accurate, no hallucinations in there, no hallucinations in there. And then in this particular data set, I had to analyze an image of the ring as well to assign a collection. Because if we look back at the source data, I've got categories and collections, and that's not really going to help me. If my category is just ring or just ear or just men's, that's very difficult for me to organize and put into any kind of collections. So instead, we let the AI go through and it's put together a nice set of collections. Channel set rings, men's rings, earrings. If it determines a stud or a huggy, it will do that. Halo pendants, and so on. So it's really adaptable here. And this is the type of demo that I want to do for you guys is if you send me some product data, I can run it through and then I can send you back what we have. I'll use a fairly generic prompt to start, but if you like what we've done there, then I can get you signed up and we can go ahead and process all of your data the same way. So that's some of the exciting stuff. I don't want to take up too much time. I might jump back in a little bit towards the end, but I want to pass it over to Daniel so he can show you the really exciting image and video generating in Gemini. Hey, Daniel, you're on mute.
thank you, Rodney. We're gonna go over a couple of things. We're gonna go over Gemini against ChatGPT, as Ron was showing. A couple of examples, and as well, we're gonna go through performance maps in Google AdWords that is using AI lately. So let me share my screen. Give me one
Let me
second.
mention, if you do have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat at any point, and we're happy to answer those throughout, or in the Q&A, whatever's easier to access for you.
Uh, So we have ChatGPT here, we have Gemini here. We're gonna start with ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, you can go and you can create the same prompt, but it's a little bit difficult for ChatGPT to generate the images. So let's see, create this. We're telling ChatGPT you're an experienced prompt photographer and you capture images of every industry. In this case, you were hired by a jewelry industry, by a jewelry store to photograph their models all across the world. Boom. We start generating this image. First, it takes longer. It creates the scenery. Let's start. You're gonna start generating the pictures for you. Everything depends on how you train the AI, because it's gonna start pulling and generating images, but you can model it the way you want it. Maybe you want this for vintage jewelry, or you want this to be for fall or spring or summer. So let's see what it came with. And you can see it takes a couple of minutes for ChatGPT to generate the content. Well, ChatGPT goes through this. Let's go to Gemini and let's start a new chat with the same prompt. Let's see how fast Gemini is. Well, faster. Okay, show me the images. We got case finders in Aruba. Only the Aruba photo shoot. You're gonna start creating images only for the Aruba photo shoot. I can share the prompt with you guys after the call. But if we jump back and forth, ChatGPT is still generating the image. And this thing already showing the images. Look, is it gonna show some pictures? Nope. Generate your own based on these and use uh use the best landmarks in Hadoop. Oh, shit. They do. They do perform in Google rankings because there's no way for Google to know what AI and not. It's just a PNG. It's just a web file. The alt text behind the image is what really matters. Let's try this again. Let's go back here. So this is what ChatGPT came up with. Boom. Great. Now show me one image at a time and use Aruba. Go here, narrating the image for Aruba. Boom. I've never been on Eagle Beach. It says that Eagle Beach, yes. For people in Aruba that are here in the chat, that this looks like Eagle Beach. Great. Excellent. You can see it's faster than ChatGPT. You can see it's much better. The resolution of the pictures, they do look like a real photo shoot. Well, ChatGPT 5 is still thinking. Well, this is Tokyo. Yeah,
And
but you get the point.
and also, Daniel, that we were looking at it yesterday, and we put in a really simple prompt, which was generate an image of a
Yes,
Halo diamond engagement ring with a 1.5 carat old European cut diamond, and the quality like looks so great. So what jewelers could probably use this for is like you're there with a client who's kind of just getting idea. Maybe they're not like ready, so you're not ready to do any kind of, renders or anything like that for, but you can get some ideas if you don't have something in your showcase by utilizing a tool like this. Um, yeah.
correct. Uh, Gemini recently came out with the Nano Banana model, which is, look at that. I mean, user review, it doesn't, it looks real to me. Maybe for the expert users, you might notice this is not real,
Yeah,
but the end user, it looks beautiful. It's
and
shiny and
and also like probably be used more for ideas, obviously. It's not like something that you're
yeah, it gets you closer. Now you can replicate this image in the store, right? You can try to take this picture and well, you have a real one. Um, Now this is for generating images. Let's go back to ChatGPT. Now we have a beach on the background. So you can train this as much as you want. The idea is to use these prompts that help you to create this type of content because you can jump from this to now let's localize. Now show me the Michigan photo shoot as local as you want. Depending where you are, it's going to create a content for you. Now for ChatGPT and ranking in ChatGPT using AI, SEO used to be just search engine optimization, just Google. These days, search engine optimization changed to search everywhere optimization. People go to ChatGPT and let's use Blue Diamond Jewelers as an example. Let's go and type, I don't know, engagement rings on. Google is going to pull, ChatGPT is going to pull from multiple sources based on the location of your website, and boom, here you are. So this is great. ChatGPT is already indexing you. Fire rings in uh, touch. What's really important is, see, here you are, first position, Blue Diamond Jewelers. So good job there. But the point is that Google is now, ChatGPT is now pulling from multiple sources, like downtown Manhattan Beach, um,
it'll
Yelp.
pull from Yelp, it'll pull from all kinds of different sources to
So
but if you're optimized to the best you can, like, so Google requires on-page optimization, but also off-page. So like some of this has to do with the off-page you do, like
with the
direct
listings where
history,
you show.
citations. Yeah. Yeah. So
Now
um,
we also got Case Fine Jewelry asking about this, and you're in Aruba where there's multiple areas, touristic areas. So let's go and search for. I know you sell multiple things. Let's grab something from your. Let's use beloved watches. Beloved watches. First place. That's good. In this scenario, it's pulling from Facebook. It's pulling from community people asking about where to buy stuff. See, from marketplace even TripAdvisor. So it's important to be in all these places because the search is gonna change if I search for a watch than if I go and search for I don't know a sapphire engagement rings. Sapphire. going to pull from multiple sources based on the search. Here you are. Very good. Now, the keyword are going to change based on the location, based on touristic places. For example, you're in Aruba at the moment. I changed the keyword from engagement and supplier, like a product, to something more open, like jewelry store. You might have more competition, right? Now it's going to pull from all their multiple places. See, you're not in this original list, but it's asking me what type of jewelry and where am I going to stay in Aruba, right? So let's see where it's pulling from. Because you might be here, but see, you're here, but you might be far from that touristic place. So if I say closest from the terminal cruise, it's gonna map you out even in ChatGPT directly to a position in the map. See, boom, now you're first because you're first with terminal cruise, right? But if I'm gonna stay in the Hyatt Regency Casino in Aruba, it's gonna give me a different location. So you're showing, see, uh, so people are having conversations with ChatGPT these days, and it's going to show the closest to Hyatt. So everything really depends on the conversation that the user is having with ChatGPT, and also it's going to be important that you start adding everything you have in your menu navigation. See how the moment we went down to a branding, to a product, you start to show on top, on top, on top, even of the whole island. That's because in the whole island, not everyone has that content in their website. You have it, Google was like, there we go, and you're the first in Aruba. But jewelry store, everyone is like, I'm gonna use the keyword jewelry store in Aruba. And now it becomes some localized SEO type of search. Um, I know we're kind of running out of time, but this is some of the pieces you can use for ChatGPT SEO content generation. Now let's jump into Google Ads. In Performance Max in Google Ads, there is a new place. This is a new area where you can use AI to write the content for you. I mean, it's not 100% what you are going to expect, but it gets you halfway there. So let's use engagement frames. We drop the keywords on top. Then you use the people that has visited your website through Google AdWords or Google Analytics. And then here in AI, you grab your link, paste it here. And it's gonna think, it's gonna pull data from multiple ways, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You click generate assets, and it gets you halfway there. It can even generate the images for you. You just drop here. All of these are auto-generated by Google. So it makes you easier for you to we're not gonna wait. We can just use that one. It's the same. You can use a few. And Google makes it easier for you to satisfy the algorithm on the strength, because this is what really matters, is how complete you are against your competition. Right now with the headlines and the description, we're there. This is what Google came up with: shop engagement rings, wedding ring specialists, ethical crafted rings. You can always change something you don't like or add as you please. But it really gets you halfway there. This is for everyone running their own ads. Um, we have years and years of successful campaigns that we do it manually. So we take our time. We go through all of every single headline. But if you're running your own ads, you're running the store, you're running everything, and you also have a wife and pick up the kids, Google makes it easier for you to come up with the content, so you don't have to get a photo shoot for your campaign.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome. Any questions? Feel free. We're always here, happy to help.
Well, and depending, I mean, in this whole review, you might be looking at it and saying, oh my God, that's a lot to manage. That's a lot to learn about. And it is. AI is a whole huge industry, a whole huge phenomenon that people are trying to deal with. And so we here at GemFind, we're here to help you with it. So if you kind of say it's all too much, you can always reach out to us for assistance in trying to get a plan together to really just get the cream out. I shared a couple of links in the chat. I wanted to share the AI tools directory. Just so that you guys can kind of start to see. There's something like 10,000 new AI startups just for 2025 and about 70,000 in existence today. Hard to say because there's a new one every day or new 50 or 60 or whatever every day. So it's a very vast field at the moment.
Totally. Yeah. And as Roddy mentioned in the chat, and also mentioned this when he was reviewing, he did want to give you this offer, like run 50 to 100 products through our GemText AI. So if you need help with like loading products on your website, they don't have great product descriptions or product titles or good like product categories. Like it's you just need help, you know. Daniel or Rodney can walk through that with you guys and just offer that for you at no cost, 50 to 100 products for you. So you could just email Rodney at gemfind.com if you'd like to get started with that. Yeah, no obligation to do anything else with us. We also offer a comprehensive digital analysis if you need help with determining your digital marketing strategy. You know, we look at site speed, user experience, search engine positioning. We're really bullish about SEO, so we go through like extensive keyword research and like look at everything to be able to determine like what's going to be your best strategy moving forward. Google ads and meta ads. We do competitor analysis, look at your social media. So happy to do that. You can always email me, Anthony at gemfind.com if you're interested in doing something like that. You can also call me directly at 800-373-4373 extension 115. But feel free to type in any questions if you have them. Happy to answer any other questions you might have. We had some really great ones already. So, but let's see here. Doesn't look like we have any yet, but feel free to type those in. You know, just to summarize, you know, AI is no longer the future. It's here and it's transforming how jewelers sell, market, and connect with customers. So from smarter product descriptions to more effective campaigns and personalized experiences, AI is opening the door to real growth opportunities. You know, just start small, focus on where AI can make the biggest impact and build from there. Rodney's really great at like determining some of those things. So like if you jump on a call with him and he's helping you with those product descriptions, like he's super knowledgeable about like how you can, you know, in real world environment, use AI to apply to your business. But yeah, we're here to help you take those next steps with confidence, and we invite you to book your complimentary consultation today. There's no like ever any like you don't have to do any other business with us. We're just happy to help where we can and offer you some insights there. So again, feel free to email Rodney at rodney@gemfind.com if you want to have your products run through, or email me, Anthony at gemfind.com, for anything else. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any other questions currently. So thank you so much for everyone for your time. Thank you, Rodney and Daniel. Do you guys have any other thoughts, Rodney or Daniel, before we go?
Just quickly, just for some feedback, if you guys wouldn't mind scoring this webinar 1 to 10, 10 if it was good and informative, 1 if you wasted your time, just so we know if this is an interesting topic or something we should continue to go. I'd greatly appreciate it.
just letting you know, we stay updated so you don't have to, so you can run your business. We're up to date, everything AI, SEO, digital marketing related. Feel free to contact us, pick our brains, any question you have. We're here to help.
One question Tom just brought up is Gemini tells him it can't do video. I think we had to add on that other tool, right?
Let me show you. Let me
there's
show you before we jump out how to do that. Give it a second.
a lot of these tools have like other like I don't know what do you call them? They're like add-ons, but like what's the technical term?
Maybe models, different models.
Models is the word. So let's go through here. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
You go to a new chat, you open a new chat, and then here on tools, you click create videos. And then here, you can say, for example, this image, make her turn and show the ring. She has a ring, the picture. She's supposed to turn and show the ring. Let's see what it happened. So it's just on their tools to answer your question. So you can create the photo shoot image and then put it here and make a couple go through landmarks in your area. Yeah, unfortunately, it might take a minute or two.
We
But
had one more question actually by Barbara. Last question, wondering your opinion of HeyGen and customizing an image for using on website, if no other use than to provide a welcome to the online store. Oh, video. Okay.
I mean, it's another AI tool. It's fine. It's AI tools. If it's getting the videos that you like, then jump in there, use it, try it out. Um, it seems like it does a bit more stylized videos. We're trying to kind of gear towards photorealistic. Is kind of why I like Gemini. If you're kind of get something that's a little bit more stylized or animated or even photorealistic, then HeyGen is great for that. Grok does pretty good too. It's got pretty good video and image generation as well. So lots
there's
and
another
lots.
called Leonardo AI.
Yep, Leonardo.
Leonardo, and there's another called Pixaverse. I think it's Pixaverse. Yeah, Pixaverse AI. These two will get you halfway there. All these are AI generated videos. Those two can help you, but you can see their AI. And what Rodney mentioned is that Gemini makes it look this looks kind of real, you know. So this is the video that Gemini came up with.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I mean, for a meta campaign, you can put 2, 3 videos together and launch a 20-second meta ad for engagement ranks. So to answer your question quickly, tools and then create videos with video.
I mean, yeah, and one thing that I've noticed on a lot of e-commerce sites, and I think it does improve the conversion rate, is adding video to your you know, like to your product pages. So like, you know, sometimes it's difficult to create a video. I mean, it's just a lot of work to be able to record a video, but if you use AI you put your image in and then you use Gemini like this, for example, like say, you know, show this ring, you know, moving on a hand, showing the brilliance of the diamond. Like there's your video right there. You know, they can add into, like, for example, if you're doing an Edge integration, put that into Edge, that'll carry over to your website. So yeah, I think that's a great way to use AI.
Well, and as Barbara is saying, the HeyGen platform has something that's basically exactly that. You just video yourself a little bit, and then it will create a digital twin for you. And you might remember at JCK,
Yeah.
we had that guy come by, and he had the whole like video on his phone, and it wasn't him. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And I mean, it's definitely a good way to. It's probably worth doing. Just put yourself in there, you know, right after a haircut when you're looking your best, and then that way you can always be camera ready for video content.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks everyone. Thanks Daniel and Rodney for your assistance today. And
Yep.
we'll be sending out an email for our next webinar. It's not on the schedule yet, but I think the next one's probably going to be about permanent jewelry. So we'll kind of go over some ideas there with adding permanent jewelry to your business. But we'll be sending out emails to all the attendees here. So thank you everyone for your attendance, and thank you Daniel and Rodney. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
See you next time.
All right. Take care.